In the last video of the 2.5 RS behind me here, we removed the factory steel rear quarter panels, and we need to start prepping this car to get our new 22B steel panels on here. Now we can't just go throwing them on, getting them welded on and calling it a day. We actually have to build new inner fender liners for this. So I just ordered these about 20 minutes ago. They'll be here tomorrow. Some trailer tubs for like a car trailer, because the measurements of the 2.5 RS's rear quarter panel structure for the inner skin is very resemblant of a trailer fender. I'll actually link the ones that I bought down below. They're pretty cheap at like 90 bucks for a set of two, one for each side. So we're going to tub the rear end so that way we have a steel structure to obviously keep weather out. I wanted to jump straight into, we'll start seam sealing some of this today because I'm gonna seam seal this. Well, we're gonna clean it, break off the sharp edges, seam seal, and epoxy prime the inner structure here to ensure that this car lasts a literal lifetime. While we have a huge opportunity to really preserve this thing with these quarter panels off. Back here behind these structures, these Subarus really like to rust out and rot. So if we can preserve this car for at minimum another 30 years, why would we not do that, especially since we have these rear quarter panels off? So what we're gonna start with right now, we have to remove some rust in some key spots. We'll start seam sealing up all of the seams we can right now, so that way we can prep everything. So once we get our inner tub on here, we can go ahead and epoxy prime the entire inside of these rear quarter panels. So let's just jump straight into it and start cleaning up our rear quarters here. I have spent way more time than I thought trying to get this to fit perfect, and it fits freaking perfect, you guys. So once we start tack welding this in place, all of these seams, it's quite literally going to look OEM. Taillight fits beautifully. I test fit the trunk, I test fit the bumper a little bit. Everything looks good. There's a little bit more trimming we're gonna have to do up here, but we're gonna do that here in a little bit. I'm gonna jump on the other side here in a minute. Coming through right here, there's like, dude, it's perfect. It's quite literally perfect. Going through every seam and every edge on this, it fits so incredibly well. All of the rust has been corrected, so this side fits beautifully. I mean, they fit pretty much spot on, but for trimming and everything else like that, super happy with how this side has come out. We can't start welding this until we do the inner fender liners first. I think I mentioned it earlier, I did buy those trailer tubs to be able to make an inner fender structure. So now that we've got this side done, I need to do the exact same thing I did on this side over here, where I start removing, cleaning up a lot of the rust, test fitting everything, and getting this side to fit just like the other side does. So let me spend the next 4 hours doing this side as well. So if you guys remember, this car was side swiped. I'm not a bodywork person. I've got no idea how to fix it. But you guys hear me talk about Bobby all the time. And Bobby's a wizard with stuff. I don't know how Bobby does what he does, but he does what he does.
Trying to rework the panel right here from where it was crunched so I can straighten it out and get the reveal on this transition for the quarter panel. as well as work out any dents and try to rework the metal. And then before we actually end up welding, I'll have him heat it up and temper it to where it's actually structurally sound again, just so you don't have to worry about any crush or anything like that. Probably straighten out a little bit more once we get this VIN tag off of here, and we'll rivet that after it's done.
I mean, I can take that off right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, we can.
I mean, might as well.
It ain't gonna hurt me none.
It's like, if you guys remember, like when we took off that factory quarter panel, everything from like this pillar, from the B pillar, all the way back to the tail light was sideswiped, and the majority of the damage looks like it's right where Bobby is working right now. Because everything else from here back structurally is pretty much fine. I mean, in here it's a little bit wonky, but we're cutting that out for the most part. So let me get that VIN placard off so that way I can get back to helping Bobby. We're a few days in the future, and the reason we're a few days in the future is because I had to wait for those. Those are a set of trailer fenders that we are going to modify to be our inner fender liners on the Subaru. Now, I'm not going to be doing this by myself. I'm actually having a buddy of mine who does a lot of fabrication come down here. It's actually Francois. He's a couple units down, big dude, knows his stuff, so he's going to help me with this. So I think the first thing that we're going to end up having to do is test fit our fender back here, and I believe make a template. We are going to remove some more of this inner fender skin where I seam sealed and welded it before to accommodate with the new trailer fender. Now, these trailer fenders dimensionally are pretty freaking close to what the Subaru is. You ready to party? Let's do it. Let me on now. Sharpie.
Started by scribbles.
Scribbles! Scribbles!
That's exactly an inch. 3/4, half an inch. No, 3/4 of an inch.
Okay, so it literally just tapers down a little bit.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
Think that bad Johnny will fit in there?
Well, I overcompensated this one, so we are gonna have to trim.
I mean, it's better to have too much than too little.
Yeah.
Mr. Swa has created this beautiful inner fender piece for us. So we're gonna tack weld this to the body so that way I can seam seal this and epoxy prime this with everything else. We debated welding it to the actual fender, but it makes more sense in my eyes to weld this to the factory body. So we'll spot weld it in a couple spots. We'll seam seal it. We'll get this all nice and secure. Well, we'll epoxy prime it and then seam seal it. So that way it all stays nice and secure. So we have the factory fender on there right now so that way we can get placement of everything lined up. But this fits so freaking perfect. Like, it's actually so perfect, and it's metal, so it's gonna last the life of the car as well. So he's gonna go ahead, tack weld this thing in, and then once this side's out, we're not even gonna focus on the other side of the car right now. We're gonna do one side at a time, because the other side, since that one has crash damage, that one's gonna be a little bit more time consuming. So once we get through one side and we get one side all done on this car, then we'll focus on the other. So it probably won't be till like next week we actually get to the other side. Mr. Swa,
Sir.
I'm quite literally going to send everybody to you to get this done. Would you guys pay premium quality to have an aftermarket steel wide body fitted to your car with like metal stuff and everything?
With metal stuff.
With metal stuff.
How you do it?
He said he'd do it. He said he didn't want to do it, but he said he would do it.
And if there's enough inquiries, then, you know.
What do you mean, one isn't enough?
I can't turn down money. Keep in mind, I'm a one-man band, so.
No, you got all of us down here too.
Right?
So that way I can hold the flashlight. I can hold the flashlight for Dad. So we've got the entire inner structure tack welded in place. We're only going to be tack welding this. There's no need to fully weld this in here. All of this is going to get seam sealed inside and out. So what we need to do now is wire wheel everything underneath of this panel, so that way we can epoxy prime it. I would like to do that today, so that way the epoxy primer can cure overnight, so that way tomorrow we can seam seal and then grind off the areas we have to weld. And then once we have that done, we can actually start welding that wide body on. Before we start welding the wide body, we are going to have to get this inner gas tank piece, which is somewhere, installed in that, and then we can put this whole panel on together. So let me clean up this entire area so that way we can get to town. This is really important to have, by the way, you guys, if you're doing a steel wide body like this, because this piece is going to keep all the weather from coming into the car. So you have to have, and we can also weld this lip here on the outside to our wide body. I've got all of this prepped. I've gone through, I've scuffed it up, I've cleaned it, I've sanded, I've gone through with wax and grease remover, so we should be good. We are gonna epoxy prime all of this. Don't worry about this fuel cap. This is garbage anyways. It's a temporary one. It's quite literally just there to keep paint from getting inside of there. So we're gonna epoxy prime all of this. We're gonna do 3 coats. I did not bring my head cam, so unfortunately no fun painting montage, so I'll probably set up the camera way out there so that way overspray doesn't get on it. Once this is all cured, we're gonna go ahead and scuff up every seam wherever we have a seam, and we're gonna apply seam sealer everywhere under this panel. Like I said, we have an incredible opportunity to really be able to like preserve this car for plenty of years to come. So this should be pretty quick, maybe 2 minutes painting each, and we should be able to get this thing knocked out, roughly 6 minutes total. Let's get this thing primed. Inner fender structure completely primed, ready to go. It's been a couple hours since I did this. I was hoping that it would be cured enough for us to Scotch Brite it up and then start seam sealing, but I think that's gonna have to wait till tomorrow because it is still pretty wet. Obviously, when it comes to bodywork stuff, don't rush it. This looks phenomenal compared to how it looked. Actually, I can show you guys. So this is the side, obviously, that we just went through re-epoxy primed and fixed everything wrong with it. This is the side that we haven't. So you can visually see how much effort that we've already put into the other side, and we're gonna have to replicate that all on this side as well. So this side looks fun. It's gonna be fun. But while this cures overnight before we start seam sealing, we can actually go ahead and start prepping this portion of the wide body panel. We're gonna have to tack weld in the fuel door piece. We're gonna epoxy prime the backside of this so that way tomorrow we can seam seal the backside of that and seam seal the entire body and then start tack welding in our new panel onto the car. So let me actually get this thing set up on like a stand so that way we can actually start doing that. I'm probably gonna set it up over here near the welders. We have this piece here that's gonna have to weld in on the backside of that for the fuel door. next morning, all of the epoxy primer for the most part is all cured up at this point. So we're gonna take a piece of Scotch-Brite and we're gonna rough up any area where two pieces of metal are tack welded together, spot welded together. And once we have all of that scuffed, we'll clean it up, and then we're gonna use this 3M heavy bodied seam sealer. And we're gonna seam seal up all of these cracks. Now what this is going to do is future-proof this car. So that way, if any moisture does get back here behind this panel, it's not going to get in between the spot welded areas and start rusting the car out from the inside out. Once we have this panel fully welded on, and we have everything like ready to go, we are gonna cavity wax the entire inside of this panel. And what that's gonna do is put another protective layer on top of everything else. Right now, like I said, since we have the panel off, we can do so much protection to ensure that this car lasts a long time. If you guys know old Subarus, they all rust out right around up here. So if we can prevent that, why would we not? We're also gonna seam seal up the gas cap. A, that's gonna give it more strength. B, that's also gonna inhibit water from being able to escape from in there. So let's go ahead and start getting everything scuffed up, seam sealed, and then we'll wait a couple hours and we'll start tack welding that panel to the car. This should be final position on this panel. Now, I don't have a proper respirator right now to fully weld this with that zinc primer, so I'm gonna have my fan blowing out any fumes, and we're just gonna tack weld this in place right now, you guys. This is going to be such a labor-intensive job welding this in, but as you guys can see, we have our gas door welded in. You can see how thin this sheet metal is, man. Like, thankfully, those are all high spots, and I can sand them all down, but we are looking pretty spot on for this entire panel going through. So I'm going to spend the next hours welding this. I'm gonna bring my air line over here, so that way, if I feel like an area is getting too hot, I'm gonna use compressed air to kind of cool it down. We're not gonna rush this process. We're gonna take this nice, easy, and slow to ensure that this panel goes on right. Technically, we have more than one shot of doing this, but I really don't wanna mess this up. It's a lot of work to go back. This is as far as we're gonna get in this video, you guys. I have been welding away. It's just little increments that I have to be doing this in, so that way we don't warp anything, but we're welded all the way down. This, I'm gonna have to kind of bring this forward a little bit. That shouldn't be bad. We're all flush going all the way through. This section laid in nicely as I started welding it. Same thing with up here. We've got in here starting to be welded as well. And then we're also gonna weld the outer fender to that inner fender that we made earlier. So it's gonna have a lot of structural rigidity back here. But I am so glad that I opted to do this steel wide body. Like from the last video of tearing off the fiberglass wide body, we're already wide bodied again, at least on one side, you guys. And there's no molding, there's no crazy work. It's about a week, I would say, in total. Once we have this side fully welded and good, we are going to jump over here to this side. Bobby's actually coming back over tomorrow to work on this crash damage area while I keep welding. And look at that in there, you guys. It just looks so freaking good. It looks so good. It literally looks OEM. I'm so hyped with that. The transition of the wide body to the factory body all looks good. We're gonna have to use a little bit of fiberglass reinforced filler up here just to kind of smooth this transition a little bit once we grind, because we're gonna grind all these welds flush with the body so that way it's all smooth, or as smooth as we can get it. Looking at it from this angle, it all looks like it's meant to be there. It all looks factory. So I'm very, very happy with how this wide body is coming out so far. So that, I mean, that's one side pretty much done at this point. We still have some more welding to do, but we'll do that in the next video. For now, that is where I am ending it, you guys. Super happy with the outcome on the RS so far. I actually am in love with this steel, because dude, look, I can lean on this. I don't have to worry about cracking a wide body. I can grab this, I can yeet on it, and it's not going anywhere. This is gonna be very structurally rigid too, so I'm very excited to get this going. But with that, that's all I got for you guys on this one. If you're hyped with the steel wide body on this thing, go ahead and hit the like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it turns for you. If you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to see some more of the RS or anything else we got going on, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I'll put it in one of these corners. No idea which one quite yet, but with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.